Apparently that coolant leak was way more intense than I thought. Well, actually the leak wasn't that bad, but to remove everything to get to the leak, everything on these Porsche 911s are just like, it's freaking insane. So those few drops of coolant I found turned out to be way worse than expected. I ended up ripping off the tire and some of the wheel line to try to figure out where this leak is coming from, and back like we never left. So the coolant expansion tank lives way tucked in over here behind this little frame piece and everything like that. And like I said, it wouldn't be too bad if it was not a Porsche 911 because the whole engine, everything sits right here. And in order to remove just this little tiny box, I literally had to remove the whole bumper, the air filter system, everything. I just got so fed up, I threw it on the ground, and yeah. That's just what we're working with. So everything's everywhere. I was just in a huge rush to try to get everything done because in the next few hours, I'm actually supposed to be all the way in New Jersey at Keys Motorsports warehouse and dyno facility to put this car in the dyno to see how much power it makes. And right now is crunch time, last minute. Gonna try to fit everything together, and I hope the expansion tank is the only thing that was leaking. I'm gonna put the camera down, wish me luck. I'm gonna put this thing back together and we're gonna take a ride, 200 plus miles all the way to New Jersey. On the first startup. So I'm not excited, but I mean, we got to get it done. So here you can see me struggling with this freaking expansion tank. I don't know why Porsche decided to like cram this thing way off in the side. I mean, I guess there's not that much room in there they can use anyway. I actually end up missing one of the little latches in the back. So this is actually technically a take two. This thing has two connections to the expansion tank. The piece you see me playing with now is the blower connection, and up top is the vent valve, which in addition has two more connections coming off of that. Now this Y section on the bottom also has two hoses that come off of that as well. You can see me tussling with the upper hose now. It looks like it failed right here where this little seam is. Right here, you can see. So in an attempt to be proactive, I hit up FCP and also purchased an air filter to swap it out in this box, since every other freaking part had to come out of here as well too. You can see cracking it open. This thing is filthy, man. And if you actually compare it to what's supposed to be in there versus what is in there, I can't see how this car got any sort of good air going in this thing. I know is a better shot at the before for the air filter. This thing needed Jesus. Now, on to fitting the air box in there, it's actually a lot harder than you think. I had to freaking put some oil around the rim of the air inlet box and kind of jam that thing in there. Also, these little pieces right here that have to go in is a little annoying as well. The main goal to, get out of this thing is to not have any type of boost leaks in this thing. I've put it together once, had tons of leaks. Now I'm going around and I'm checking everything, double checking, making sure that this thing just doesn't leak, man. Doesn't leak. I think everything is on. Good. Now, the mess of hoses which control all the vacuum. It's a lot. I guess I'm gonna just pretty much voice this over and just pretty much say like, this is very confusing. And I'm gonna try my best to plug this in. I know this goes right here. And this was pretty jumbled up and damaged when I got the car, so I don't even know which way to really put this thing. So I may be 100% right or 100% wrong. I think I got all of these things plumbed up properly. Right here, this is a headache. Actually, this is kind of one of the reasons why I want to dump this car and get the 992, because it eliminates pretty much 99% of all of this vacuum stuff. The turbos, everything here is pretty much vacuum powered or operated. You see these vacuum pump things here for each side. I'm not exactly sure if this is like some sort of air oil separator, or I'm not sure, maybe some kind of intake pumping sound. I'd have no freaking clue. The car does have some sort of intake pumping sound into the cabin when you put the car in sport mode. I think I brought that up to you guys, but maybe I thought I was bugging in the past. because I just didn't see anything here that would look like something that would pump intake sounds in. But I mean, that's pretty much the only thing that I see that would pump sounds in is these little things right here. But I could be 100% wrong. They are vacuum operated as well. So. All right, guys, so it looks like we got everything all buttoned up, and I know you guys see that rear. Oh my God, I know you guys see that ass. Just like that, we're back on the road. Once again, it was a tough one, but we got it done. I'm just testing it out now to make sure it's building boost and everything pretty much okay, and I'm not losing any coolant in the back. But it looks like it's pretty dry back there. I'm guessing that air filter was really like donezo, because this new air filter, I feel like I can hear so much more induction noise, or not like an insane amount. But more than normal. So I know this thing doesn't have any silencers on it now that I can't think of. I'm thinking back to see if I put everything back on. It looks like it's a pretty interesting seal, and it's actually also a pretty interesting design too, the way the air box works, because if you think about it, the rear of the car, there's nothing shielding all the rain from getting in. I remember when I had my 435 and I put the CS hood on, little grommet thing is supposed to go there, I put absolutely nothing, and rain got in and it smoked a little bit, but I mean, hey, it wasn't the biggest deal in the world. And Porsche comes like that from the factory with nothing, no protection in the back. When I took a look at the intake box, there's a little hole in the bottom. Actually, there's several holes in the bottom. And what it looks like to me is that's where the water would kind of drip out. So water does seem to go in there. Porsche just developed a way, or designed or engineered a way to get that water out ASAP, which is pretty clever. There's so many freaking issues that Porsche had to work around, and then they made something like the 911. This is actually crazy. This is the first car I ever owned that's kind of like that. That being said, it's time to head out to Keys Motorsports. We got a bit of a drive, I think 200 plus miles to out there by Brian and Gary, and we're gonna strap this thing onto the dyno, see how much power it makes, and I'm going to make a promise to you guys. If this thing dynos under 500 horsepower, well, I think it's time for bigger turbos, because that number 5 is just, it's just sweet to me. It's near and dear to me, and I don't care how much meth and turbos I need in this thing. We're gonna turn this thing up, or scrap it and get a 992 with bigger turbos as well, which I don't know which one is smarter. I almost forgot. It's something that I want to try out now. So, if you're familiar with the 991.2s, it's the first Porsche with CarPlay, but it's also wired CarPlay, no wireless, so we need wires. Now, initially, I purchased this little thing. I think it was like $50. It's actually pretty cool. It works. It is kind of sort of intermittent, though. Like, if I turn the car off and I turn it back on, I kind of got to unplug it and plug it back in. I was looking for something a little better, so that's where I got this thing, AutoCast. Now, this is not a paid promotion, and despite how I sound, like, the AutoCast can use 30,000 features and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah. It can. I'll put the link down below for this one. I think it is about like $90. I ain't gonna front. It's one of those things I kind of impulse bought online, like when I was scrolling through the thing. So that ad shit works. But I'm gonna plug it in. It should fire something up. Well, I didn't expect this to happen. This is Android. I just slammed the freaking thing in this thing. Gonna close it. Sorry about that. All right. Is this an Android-based system? I don't know. All right. No longer displayed except. Oh, wow, it is like a whole new user interface. I thought, oh, is the car in park? Oh, shit, that little park crap. Let me put the park brake on. Oh, we on. Slow speed. Download movies. Nah, let's just watch something. Come on now, what I want to watch? Movies, just anything. First thing that loads up, we watching it. I don't know about all that. I lied to you. Under suspicion. Let's see. Oh.
3 days shy of a 13th birthday.
So now how could I make it bigger?
I touched her.
Wait a second. This is the, oh, play. Wait a minute. Oh, we got Netflix in the whip, baby. Netflix in the whip. Oh! And I could still use the phone too. How you do that? And we still chilling. Temps are what they are. Okay, back out. That's dope. All right, so boom, go home. We could do YouTube. Watch anything. I don't wonder what's TikTok like, but this is freaking cool. My money's worth it already. It's worth the money. Now, let me see something. Now, go to some music. Don't judge me, guys. I'll be playing anything. I don't even know that song like that, guys. Here's the issue that I always have. If I get out the car, first, let's just check to see if there's actually any, holy shit. I thought for a second I might want to get back up in this motherfucker. Oh, that's a big dog, but he a little old though. He ain't got that on me. There are some drips. There's like 2 little drips here. I mean, I don't know what it could possibly. Maybe he's out of the overflow line thing. The overflow runs right here too, so it could be that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, if it's still leaking, I kind of give up. But it's not what it's not what the point is for this. When I get in my car with that other little thingy, which works fine until you get in the car, you want to turn the key. Now it doesn't play the song immediately anymore. It's like everything like this loads up fine, and I should just be able to play it without having to. Yo, this song I've been listening to the other day is funny as hell, but I should be able to. This doesn't do it either. You see what I'm saying? Like it should allow me to start playing the music. It says CarPlay. You can hear it on the thing. It must be a Porsche thing then. I think I let go now. There we go. I want to be a dope boy. That song is pretty good. I just recently found out it existed. It's pretty cool. It's like a black dude, but he's singing country shit. I fuck with it. That bumper is gonna be there for a while. I don't feel like putting it on. And put in the comment section below, how do you guys like the Porsche 911 without a bumper? I got a bunch of things that I may or may not be doing to this car. Honestly, it's all pending on the oil analysis. Haven't gotten it in yet. That was supposed to be the first video of 2025, but I just never posted the video because I never got the oil analysis. I would just stop one. I really want to stop doing the, wait to see to the next episode and give you guys straight drop. You feel me? The whole freaking whatever the title's going to be. I want y'all to see it through. So if I say I'm swapping the turbos on this bad boy, y'all going to see it on the dyno making power on the same video instead of me keep pushing. Whatever the case may be, give y'all the work. So it might take a little bit longer, but that's kind of what I want to do for 2025. Give you guys something to look forward to, not just so many damn cliffhangers. And don't get me wrong, the cliffhangers are not because of me. It's just honestly because that's just how my life works, man. I gotta drop y'all a video and then the work don't be done, and then you know how it goes. But I do miss that there's no third light, but it does look cool.